this is something I'm very curious about how this is going to pan out, because it's one of these topics where if you ask a certain generation, they're going to say, man, that's just games. And if you ask others, you go, no, 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 this is a lot bigger than any form of game has ever been. And even more that are going to say, that's not game, it's business. The interesting thing is, if you're new to gaming, behold, this is going to be very interesting. If you are an avid gamer, behold, because this is what you're waiting for. Danny, I just want to ask you as well. I mean, you have a double career, right? I mean, creating a YouTube account with 1.1 or 1 million followers, I mean, that's a full-time job in itself.
Yeah, I think it was perfect to combine both of these things, because people are watching my videos because they think they're quite entertaining and I play quite good. So they can also learn something from watching my videos. And yeah, I mean, I have to play much to do my videos. And while playing much, I get better. And when I get better, I'm good enough to play on tournaments for prize money. So it was just perfect to combine all of that.
And someone said that 48% of all gamers are female nowadays. How is that factor in the FIFA world?
Yeah, I think that's quite new. When I started to play like 4 or 5 years ago, when you saw my Instagram followers, you see like 3% women and 97% men. But like when you see it now, it's like quite similar. So yeah, in the last 1 or 2 years, the female community get bigger and bigger, and now they are really good players. When our team asks us to bring a woman, we say like, yeah, when she plays good, we can bring it, not only for like marketing or like this, but yeah, when I play her first time, she beat me in penalties. So yeah, she's really good.
Yesterday, like a couple of minutes ago, the brand new Xbox was released, and it's over there, and we're going to be talking about it. Now, the chances are very high, if you've joined us for our gaming night, that you are a gamer and massively excited. If you're not a gamer yet, the chances are high that you're interested in gaming and are about to become massively excited. Long story short, it'll be fun.
Well, thank you, Daniel. My name is Sandro. I have probably the best job in the world. I am a communications manager at Microsoft, work for Xbox. And when people ask me what my day job is, they assume that it's gaming. Sadly, I have to tell you, it's not. I'm shocked. I was shocked myself when I started this job. It's not about gaming, but I do have the great honor to help bring this new product, the Xbox Series X and S, to launch and release it to the public.
Now, the next gentleman is also rather excited about today. His name is Elham Nizam. Tell us who you are and what you do.
Yeah, thank you, Daniel. My name's Elham, as you just said, and I'm the founder of Gamercampus, a game developer myself, and of course, what you'd call a full-time nerd.
Without any further ado, please welcome Lucas Bracht. Hello, Lucas.
Yeah, thanks for the invitation. Let me introduce myself. I'm Lucas, a full-time streamer and a content creator for YouTube and Twitch. And yeah, I had the honor to play the new Xbox Series X the last 2 weeks, I think, or a little bit more. So had a lot of playtime in the last weeks. We nearly wanted to start a race with the beautiful Audi S1. I choose my car now, and Jonas should be invited as well.
I am joining.
Great. And now we can drive a race. And yeah, we got like, I think 8 different cars we choose from Audi, because we got a big roster of cars in the game. From slow cars like the Audi S1, which isn't slow in real life, it just feels slow in game. To big rally monsters like the Group B Audi S1, which is just an insane sounding car. You will see later. I would really like to see you the 4K gameplay, because I'm seeing it in front of me, and you can't see it because of the stream. But it looks really, really good. It's nearly photorealistic, I would say. Like Forza Horizon 4 is a really beautiful game.
Now, we've seen that our Lucas is quite handy with Forza Horizon, but the question is, how is he with Rocket League? Now, we could speculate, or we could elaborate. And there's only one thing we can do, is find out how handy Lucas is with Rocket League. Lucas, take it away.
We are back with the next game. Like I told you, we are not only playing Forza Horizon 4 today, we are playing like a little bit different car game as well. We are playing Rocket League, which is it's a car game, but you're playing ball with your car. It's like football in a crazy way with cars flying around and stuff. You will see what we mean. The goal is get the ball in the goal. That's the goal. So it's like playing normal football but with cars and flying and boost, and you will get it. Just watch a bit. It gets a little bit confusing if you play it for the first time, but we will get used to it.
Thanks again very much for having me here today. In the 40 minutes that remain, really, I'm going to talk about serious games and what you need to know about it. Okay, then, let's get right at it. If you want to use a specific game yourself, I believe that you have to really evaluate it before you use it. Because research also shows that some games even have a negative learning outcome. So before you use the game, you really want to be sure that it's a good game you're using for your learning and training purposes. And one way of doing so is by going through these different elements. And if you go through the different elements of the serious game, you can look at the story. And when you look at the story, you can ask yourself, do you like the story? Is it rich and appealing and fun in any way? You can also look at gamification elements closely. Do these elements seem reasonable to you? Do they gratify learning outcomes or behavior that you think is a good? Is it something you want to have gratified? Also, check the feedback mechanisms. Does the game provide you with useful, individualized, and immediate feedback? If yes, that's probably a good sign. And then also evaluate the setting. Do you believe that the simulated setting really allows you to learn and acquire a skill and then transfer it to the real-life scenario? Finally, and very carefully, evaluate the serious intention of the game. Make sure that the game really teaches what you aim to learn. Now, if you find a serious game which really meets your requirement, I would say you're good to go and you should definitely give it a try.
Storytelling in video games. Now, I don't know very much about that. What I do know, though, is I'm going to hand over the stage to, and you've met him before, none other than Elham Nizam. The stage is yours, brother. Take it away and enjoy.
All right. Thank you very much, Daniel. And I'm happy to see you here, guys, at the storytelling part of this night, the best part about the Audi MQ gaming night, obviously. From the DoktorFroid team today, here with me is Olli. Hi, Olli.
Good morning.
And right now, you can see Pac-Man chomping away at some white dots. And we're still not at a part where we have like a decent story. But actually, something did happen, especially with Pac-Man. You probably remember playing Pac-Man that you were hunted by 4 ghosts while playing the game,
Yeah.
and chomping away at these white dots. So, do you know that these 4 ghosts actually had names?
Yeah, I heard about it. I can't remember all of them, but yeah, I remember they had names actually.
Cool. Yeah, we had the very first characters: Inky, Blinky, Pinky, and Clyde. If you think about the 90s, about the time we actually started gaming, the group of gamers, the average gamer, we have to be frank here, were a very homogeneous group, right? They were people who are very tech savvy, and like into, let's say, just nerds, right? We were nerds back then, and we still are. So it was a very homogeneous group. And now we're getting into that phase where this group becomes more diverse, right? And more diverse people demand more quality, more sophisticated, more diverse stories.
Gaming with commentary. These kind of games are probably less game and more interactive movie in a way, aren't they? I mean, movie from the storytelling approach, right?
Exactly. So I call Life is Strange and Tell Me Why both more interactive movie, absolutely.
Yeah.
They have some gamey elements,
Yeah.
especially later on when you have to do some stuff. But here we get a very long exposition. So you get to meet these characters in your own way, as we said, with the environmental storytelling.
Because also for me, like the pace of the whole thing is something. This is something a pace I would expect from a movie and not from a game. Do you think this is going to be kind of like the next intersection where two types of technologies meet? Let's say the entertainment technology being at Netflix, and then merging together with the gaming industry and creating kind of new, more interactive things?
I believe so, very much so. We already saw some experiments in those ways.
That's why I was curious, because for me, I mean, obviously linear television is dying away, right? So the next thing is Netflix and whatnot, which is non-linear. And this would seem like the next step of taking the whole storytelling and the level of interaction, and also thinking of probably a second screen, or what do we want to call it, first screen, is always there with Netflix and co. Probably going that way, right? And
yeah, I believe those kind of games won't go away. They are small niche right now, these very interactive movies. The hardcore gamer is usually more into that fast-paced stuff. But that was our short clip for Tell Me Why, just to talk about interactive storytelling.
No, but I was kind of more interested in, like, do you think that movies will always kind of have a linear story? Or do you think in 10, 20, 30 years, movies or series or whatever will always have some sort of level of interaction?
You actually saw some first steps, experiments in that direction. I'm not sure if you have seen the Netflix Bandersnatch.
I know of it.
You know of it, right? So,
yes.
So they try to take their path about making a movie where you interact and at certain points make choices. And if you look at Bandersnatch on Netflix and look at this, what we just saw, it's just eerily similar.
Yeah.
So we're just moving into a point where interactivity becomes more and more important. The good thing is, games are already there. We're gonna talk about gaming culture, because today, games or gaming is more than just games. There's a huge world around it, having been shaped in the last 20 years or so. It's a cultural phenomenon today, and I'm joined to talk about it by someone who's an active part of this gaming culture world. And here she is. Hi, Leslie.
Hi, good morning.
What I love about the Gamescom is not only working with you, of course, it's also meeting all these people who share that love for gaming. So these are people who have never met in real life. They have never met in real life, and they are just embracing each other as friends just because they love that one game or gaming as a whole, right? So just
that's cool.
Yeah, so just to get a glimpse into that, let's think about what kind of events we have as a gamer during the year. For example, in 2021, there will be, hopefully, not trying to jinx it, you'll have the DreamHack, for example, which today, or still today, is the Guinness World Record holder for the biggest LAN party ever. And you can see it on the image on the left. I think that title is well deserved.
It's crazy, yeah.
To give some numbers, the Virtual Gamescom 2020, this year, taking place completely as a stream, gathered over 10 million people from over 100 different countries. Just to show you out there how big this gaming crowd actually is, the people partaking in this gaming thing. So we had communities being in some ways very great and inclusive, and in some ways also very toxic. But then we have competitive play and esport athletes, and those gather huge crowds as well. And here again, I have a clip of the League of Legends finals in Paris, I believe from 2016. Let's just have a look at the after movie.
I see the place where I was born. I was raised by the new dawn, and now I sit inside the storm. Like the eye of the pyramid, I know everything ahead. I'm in the hunt, don't you forget. for it, every day work for it. Gotta work for it, every day work for it. Bonjour Paris!
So my name is Johanna Pirker and I'm a computer science professor at Graz University of Technology, and my focus is really on game development and games research.
Yes, my name is Danny Liepolt. I'm known as Proownez on the internet. I'm a professional FIFA player. I play on international tournaments, and I also have a YouTube channel on which I upload my FIFA videos, and I have around 1 million subscribers.
Hey, I'm Mohammed Harkous. I'm from Bochum, Germany, and I'm a professional FIFA player for FOKUS clan, and I'm 5-time German champion and the world champion, the reigning.
Good morning. I can't claim to be a world champion in anything, but I've been working in sponsorship for the past 20 years. I've started the whole esports topic within Audi.
How did you package that? It's basically there's a couple kids playing computer games on the internet and other people are watching them, and this is the next big thing.
Yeah, really difficult for us to grasp because it's a totally different field or in a totally different setup, a new community where we don't have access to with traditional media, with traditional communication. So you come across Audi when you switch on the TV. You can see our TV sports, but that's where our field of expertise is in terms of marketing and communication. But if it comes to the esports channels, to the new younger generations, they're not. I assume many of you guys are aware. They are not using classical TV channels anymore. So they do a lot of streaming. They are active on the gaming channels. But how do we get in touch with them? That was the big question at that time. In terms of the younger generation.
How many people in the past year or month actually use the option of wearing your jersey, which is integrated within the FIFA game 2021?
Yeah, within the last 10 months, over 1 million unique players used our kit, and it got used in over 60 million matches in FIFA. So that's crazy.
When you start about this from the academic side, people say, no, this is not some new trend that's kind of emerging.
Yeah, it's weird. Like especially in Europe, I think we are a little bit far behind. I think it's such a huge market. What games are in general. We really need to push forward that people understand better what games are actually.
I go to the internet and I watch other people playing computer games on the internet. I find it very entertaining. But what's the appeal? What could you tell us, Johanna, about the appeal from academia? Why do people do that?
What we found is that it's very similar to the actual sports. So you can find people who want to watch others play video games in order to become better players themselves.
Thumbs up for Johanna, that means a lot. 2 nods from the gentleman, another gentleman in that sense. Thank you very much for joining us. And we're going to have a pause until 12 o'clock now. Thank you very much for joining in and see you soon. Take care and bye-bye.